Yeah.
All right, now it's
So
time.
you have the. Mhm.
The floor can predict. Can introduce now.
Yes, get going.
Yes.
Okay. My mother, Colum Powdercon, will be presenting a summary presentation on Smart Couples Finish Rich by David Bach. All right, have it.
Okay. I start sharing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So without further ado, this book has a very good information. I really don't know how to summarize it, but I did my best. It's a very dense, detailed book. So the book is Smart Couples Finish Rich by David Bach, presented by Colombe Mundecon. So, who is David Bach? David Bach is an American financial author. He is born in Oakland, California in 1966. He is a television personality, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and founder of FinishRich.com. Bash is best known for his Finish Rich book series and the Automatic Millionaire series of motivational financial books under the Finish Rich brand. He has written 12 books since 1998 with over 7 million copies in print. 11 of Bach's books has been national bestsellers, including 9 consecutive New York Times bestseller, 2 of which were consecutive number 1 New York Times bestseller. And the 2 are Automatic Millionaire, Start Late, Finish Rich. So, in his book, in this book, he outlined 9 steps on how couples together can start together and finish rich, right? First, in step 1, he first talked about facts and myths about money that couple discuss about money. But in this presentation, I talk about only the facts. I didn't talk about the myths, right? So here are the facts. First one is money has very little to do with love and a lot to do with how much you fight. It takes very little money to make money as long as you are patient and disciplined. And he gave some example, with $10 a day in a 5% in investment that yields 5%. In 53 years, you will get a million. In 54 years, you will get a million, right? If those $10 a day is put in 10% investment, uh, in 34 years, you get 1 million. And when it's put in 15%, in 25 years, you get 1 million. So even if you save a little money, you can make big by the end. Everyone makes enough money to invest. So don't say that when you will get that promotion, when you will get this or that before you start saving to invest. Taxes and inflation are never going to be completely under control. So there will be high taxes, the inflation will go high and go down anytime, but we still need to invest and save. If the two of you don't start talking about money, you will more than likely die broke. And he also gave the exercise number 1 to do smart couple finish rich financial knowledge quiz. And this is on page 28. So step 2 is what is the true purpose of money in your life? That's where he talked about value, right? You must understand what money means to you, what value it can help you achieve. Money is, and after all, he said money is good for 3 basic things. It helps people be, it allowed them to live in a particular way that defines who they are. Money help people to do, so it makes it possible for people to take action that will help create the kind of life they think they want. And money will make people have, right? Will help people have what they want, enable them to buy their stuff. They want that Mercedes, they want that Maserati. Money will help them to buy that. So in these steps, with many examples, he help people find what they value are. So and the next slide. Then he gave the example on his seminar in Hawaii where he talks about multiple couples and asked them what they value and help people identify their value. So, and he created this value circle, and he's urging couples to find or to define their top 5 value and work on it together. So this is example of the value circle. You put your name up and you answer the question, what's really important to you? And what's the purpose of money in your life? By answering those questions, you can fill out the value circle. So in the next slide, I put here a chart from the book where he gave the examples of value versus goals, right? As value, we have security, freedom, happiness, peace of mind, fun, excitement, power, family, marriage, friends, making difference, spirituality, independence, growth, creativity, adventure, and so forth. And goals is like retire with $1 million, pay off mortgage, be debt free. Those are goals. Not worry about debt, travel, ski with friend, be your own boss, spend more time with kid, plan more dates, nights, annual guy or girls trip, donation to the charity, go to church or temple, stop working early, or stop working in general. Go back to school, learn to paint, and so forth. Okay. So in step 3, he said to couple who plan together win together, right? So plan together and win together. These steps, teamwork is key to this effort. Little planning can lead to big rewards. When he gave the example of Jerry and Lisa story, when Jerry is a government worker, never earn more than 40,000 a year, and Lisa is a hairdresser. She never earned more than 17,000 a year, and they got married in their 50, and they told themselves that by age 52, in their 50, they have to retire. So after Jerry worked 30 years with careful planning and saving, they reached their goal, right? So failing to plan together is the same as planning to fail together. Know each partner's financial situation. What is the net worth of the couple? Give yourself a financial cleanup by filling out the Finish Rich inventory planner on page 279. and make sure to do it together as a couple. It asks a question like about a tax return, retirement account, social security statement, investment account, saving and checking account, and more. So it's like a 4-page questionnaire that you fill out and go find the information and kind of organize them so you know where you are at before you start planning. So plan together, win together, continue. A purpose focused financial plan is nothing more than a list of things to do to enable you to live the life in line with the value that are most important to you. And here he talked about 7 tips to write the goal. So when you are writing your goal, like he said, debt free, like pay off your mortgage. So you want to make sure those goals align with your value, right? Your value may be freedom. So if you pay off your debt or you pay off your mortgage, you are free. Whatever you earn, you can do what you want with it. Make goal specific detail and with a finish line. And we learned goal setting earlier in this club where it has to be specific and a SMART goal, right? Put your top 5 goal in writing. Start toward your goal within 48 hours. Enlist help. So enlist help here, he means to ask for help. If you know someone who already reached those goals, go talk to them, ask them questions. Get a rough idea of how much money it will cost you to achieve your goal. Make sure your goal match your value as a couple, not just one person. So at the end, you should answer a question 12 months from now. What specific thing would I need to have to feel to have accomplished those financial progress that I made for myself. All right. Step 4 is the lactate factor. And when I was reading this, I was just laughing. And that is most couple or most people, they just spend money, they earn and they spend as it comes, right? So here he said the problem is not our income, it's what we spend. And he gave the example of Jim and Susie, right? In the morning, on their way to work, they stop by Starbucks, they buy the lactate coffee, they get a muffin, they go to work, they get snack, eat lunch, snack again, and dinner, right? And at the end of the day, they spend $90 a day. So when you add that up in a month, see how much it's already. And they're not talking about the mortgage, electricity, gas, and all of those other bills, right? So during his teaching, he was telling people they can save $10 a day in a retirement account that can yield money by the time they're 65. And Jim got up and said, where am I going to see that money? So they went ahead and did an inventory of his day, what he spent, and noticed that he spent most of his money on extravagance, right? And that's what most of us do with our money. So, and here he's saying that $10 a day in a pre-tax retirement account at a 12% could yield to 2.3 million by the time this couple in their 30s are 65. So, let me go back. So he, from this experience, he's urged couples to take a 7-day financial challenge. And that 7-day financial challenge is basically like each one of the couple track their financial expense for 1 week to basically see where they are spending their money, right? Okay, step 5, build your retirement basket. So, and he started this chapter by saying in 2005, the President George Bush uh, signed some tax reform that allow people to put more money in their retirement account, and that will help people kind of reach the financial goal by the end when they are retiring. And also, Grandma Bash told him never put all your eggs in one basket, right? So in this book, David is suggesting us to divest our egg in 3 different baskets. He said the retirement basket, which is a safeguard for the future, security basket protects your family against the unexpected, and the dream basket enable you to fulfill those deeply held desires that make life worthwhile for you. So the retirement basket, that's the step 5. And he took his time to develop. There's a lot of information in that chapter that I urge everyone to read word for word. Like anything any situation that apply to people, if you're working for a company, if you are on your own account, how to save for retirement. He gave all these examples, and that was very, very informative. So in this retirement basket, he said, pay yourself first, right? You pay yourself first. If you work for a company, you want to divert a pre-tax income toward your retirement account, right? And so most people said to save 10%, but he advised that saving be 15 to 20% of the income that you are earning toward your pre-tax retirement account. You want to know what your money is doing. So you want to call your benefits company and make sure your money is being invested in a good retirement, investment company. So make sure your retirement account of money is investing for growth. Allocate your assets so that you maximize your return while minimizing risk. Invest in your company's stock, but you have to do your homework to make sure they have a good return as well. Make sure you read all step 8. Okay, that's 5. And so building a security basket. In this security basket, it's the basket that protects you and your family against the unexpected. So this thing to do right away to protect yourself. Set aside a cushion cash. A bare minimum you should set aside is an amount equal to 3 months of expense. But it's better to have an amount equal to 24 months of expense set aside in case of something unexpected happen. Both of you absolutely must write a will or set up a living trust. Buy the best health coverage for 2 of you that you can afford. Protect those who depend on you with life insurance. Protect yourself and your income with disability insurance. And if either of you is in your 60s, it's time to consider life long-term care coverage. Okay. And step 7, build your dream basket. It's the basket that you kind of do what you find you like and to do to have fun, right? Write down your dream as a couple on a sheet. Make sure these dreams are specific and measurable as possible. What action can you take in next 48 hours to get the ball rolling? Okay, so what can you do to start working on that dream basket? So your dream basket is Do you want to travel? Do you want to go to Hawaii? What do you want to do to have fun? Know what it takes for your dream to happen. What value will this dream help you realize? And what will the dream cost? Even if you don't know the exact cost, make sure to write an estimate down. Okay. And then you start saving toward that dream basket. And he said to save at least 3% of your pre-tax income toward your dream. And how exactly should you invest in your dream basket? So when you save that money, you can literally there are multiple ways to invest that money to make it bigger. So you can either buy individual stock or bond. You can buy certificate or deposit. You can buy certificate of deposit. You can purchase commodity or preferred stock. You can buy convertible bond. You can acquire gold or silver or art or stamp. You can also buy share in unit trust, and the list goes on and on. So that you can save it a little bit probably for 6 months and get some return on it and go get that big vacation you are dreaming of. And step 8 is uh, learn to avoid the biggest mistake in financial mistake couples can make. So having a 30-year mortgage. So here he talks about kind of putting money, extra money to our principal to pay off that 30-year mortgage quickly. Not taking credit card seriously. Credit card debt is a serious thing, so avoiding that is very important. Try to time the market, buying stock on margin, not starting a college saving plan soon enough, not teaching your kid about money, neglecting to sign a prenuptial agreement, not having a greater purpose beyond the two of you, and not figuring out who is responsible for what, and not getting a professional financial advice. Those are the 10 biggest mistakes that couple can do. And step 9 is a plan a money date, right? So after you have all this information, to make it easy on you and your partner, it's good to have a good date. So this date is about sitting down and work on your financial, discuss your financial life together. You can literally use the chapter in this book as money date guide, right? So you can say we'll work on chapter 1 today, and next time it will be chapter 2 until you get stuff done. Do as much on one date as you can, or you can spread it over half a dozen dates. Okay. So after you deal all these dates and go over all the chapter, you need to celebrate your work. Don't overlook that celebration. That will give you a boost to work more toward more goal. And in conclusion, he said, money may be important, but it is not the be all and end all. The greatest gift we human can receive are life and love. You and your partner right now have both. And that is something no amount of clever purchasing or investing can get you. The end. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Almost 10 minutes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Great
pretty
job.
good.
That was a 17 PowerPoint.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
Beyond.
Dion, you're gonna be the one leading.
Hmm. Again.
Go ahead. You'll be the one leading today. Go ahead.
Okay.
So
First,
I just finished the Go ahead, Beyond.
first, I want to thank Mom for the great presentation. At first glance, the book seems only for those already in relationships. The lessons and points made can be applied regardless of whether you're not commit or. But the lessons and points made can be applied regardless of whether or not you are committed to a life partner.
Okay. So what next?
Dion, as a rule, since you're the one for next week to present, you'll be the one, like a master of ceremony today. So you'll be the one to ask for who want to talk next, and to
All
arrange
right,
you're in charge of this session today. Yeah.
all right. Who want to talk next?
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Beyond. The floor is open.
Okay. Anyway, if no one is taking it, let me just chip in quickly. Thank you so much, Sister Colomb, for your presentation. This has been is a huge book, as you said, and I don't know these days am I slacking or the books are or my responsibilities are too many. I I wasn't able to finish it either, but I'm glad you took your time and have a detailed PowerPoint that covered some of the other points that I was missing. And I really thank you for that. This is a good reference, summary that you have provided the group. Yeah. Uh, I I was having the same concern, almost like beyond that. Oh, is it this a sealed, coupled uh, people's book, or it could have been for anyone? But as I progressed and then I got to, quite deep in the book, I realized that this is an information that was needed. You need to be aware of this even before you get into a relationship. And that will even help you know certain things you could have as objective in your partner when you are building that couplehood. And these are key, points to address right, at the beginning of the relationship, to know that things that are key that, ensure the stability and the longevity of a relationship is part of your discussion right at the beginning of the relationship. And you can see in your partner someone who has these points as important in him or her before you are engaged. If you see that this is not what the partner has as in a key point, objective, or goal to meet, yes, you can still you make or get into relationship with such a person. Just that you have to know that these responsibilities are going to be yours alone. And if it end up being only one person's responsibility, the probability the couple reach these goals would be very, very less or none. So that is what I have seen, and it is something very, very good. It is not definitely I will, ask for permission to uh, uh, disagree with beyond that. It is not something for people who are in couple, but even as just one person, you need security, you need freedom, you need stability, you need to have a safety net, or to handle unexpected situation. Every key point is useful to everybody. So I I really love the book, and I have to thank Sister Colombe for how she presented it. The PowerPoint will be definitely the first reference material that I will always make use of. Besides, I don't know if any of you try to go online. He has so many things online, so many useful tools online to help people build this kind of safety element or into our into our court to help us, live a better guided life. So if you haven't, please, I was stunned with how much useful the materials that he has online are. And it should be useful to everyone if we really want to make full use of this book. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, very welcome.
Anyone else?
I can go ahead and chip in quickly. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Tata Colomb, for the great presentation. I know it's a very detailed book. This is the first book that Steve and I we read. We were like so intrigued about the book, but we never followed up with the work, like the worksheet that he had to follow and step and every single step, but to really know what each person is really bringing to the table, where you can go from there. But one thing that we took from it is saving, because without saving, it's so hard to do anything, and you have to get everything out of pocket. So that's one thing that we really took from the book. And this is a good reminder again for us to download that, print out the worksheet that he has, and try, even little by little, try to go over that, because that really put things into perspective, and know where you are and where you want to go from there. Um, Other than that, the book is so detailed. Is crazy how detailed he got into every aspect of everything. One thing for sure that that still resonate with me is the 10% or more savings that we can all do on a daily on as we work, and we get some money, because there will always be problem. We can say, we want to solve this, but if you do that, you cannot pay yourself first, like he said. So do it first, regardless the hardship, regardless whatever you're going through at a point A, pay yourself first. And this is also reminds me of the alchemist, the power of saving, and the same notion to pay oneself first, to maintain that saving regiment. So that's another thing. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Tata Colon, for the great presentation.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Crystal.
Thank you, Mr. Chief.
Let me go quickly.
Okay,
How's everyone?
Leon, you're the lead, right?
We are all good.
good.
How are you
We're
doing?
Doing
doing good.
good. I had to thank Sister Colombe for the presentation. And Charlie was saying, Charlie was saying that he could not finish the book. At one point of time, he feel like everything or almost everything in the book was just a repeat of earlier books. But the laziness that we are having, especially me, I will not treat anyone else as lazy, but we are not doing the thing. So at one point of time, almost in the middle of the book, you feel like, I haven't done this one, but he's repeating it again. So you start feeling like not to continue, but it's necessary that, because everything almost in the book, it seems like we know it already. We technically know them, but it's just we are not taking the action. Or sometimes the psychology of money as well. The psychology of money that, oh, you know it, 1 + 1 equals, and you know all the formulas, but you don't want to put it in the practice because money, as soon as you are talking about money, maybe it's bringing bad emotion to you or this, that, all this making. And the fact that he says for couple is not necessary for couple, because at one point he even described that you can take some of the exercise with your kids.
Mhm.
So yeah, the kids can, and then it will help you as a family to look toward the same target, because you might be, as he was expressing, you might be a jet engine. One is going forward and the other one is going backward. So
Yeah.
yeah, all this one. So it's good. It's not necessary for couple, but some of the technique you can use it for your employees as well. If you have employees, you can say, "Oh, what is your value? This," and then you all will start looking in, and the employee might feel like, "Oh, my boss rely on me. My boss want to listen to me." So definitely, it has a lot of websites that we need to even put it
Yeah.
a long list and share if it's possible, because he didn't hide anything. He didn't. He was showing where to get this information.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you get
And
this one. You is a free of charge. Oh, is why I like this one. Oh, and he was good. He was good. So on that one, I feel like the book need to be reread. And also,
mhm.
if you buy the book, you didn't miss your money, you didn't lose your money. It's technically you get your money back from the book. Thank you, Law.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you too.
And can I say something right quick?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So when I was reading the book, I'm like, wow, this book has a lot of information. And there are a lot of saving parts that he talks about that Thomas and I are doing. But there are also a lot of things that I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know. For example, the 401k, right? So 401k, we have to make sure we are maximizing that and make sure we make sure it is invested in a good investment company, all right, a good investment stock, stuff like that. I never check on my 401k. I just put money in. I'm like, okay, 401k. I just know I'm sending my 10% to my 401k, but I never follow up to make sure am I doing the maximum contribution, or how is it invest in the to yield that money, because what I'm putting in, the way he described it, if it's put in a good investment thing, I can retire with a good chunk of money. And I don't know if it's been done, you know. So that is an eye opening for me, that oh, all this information are available, all these steps can be done with my company to know what I'm saving in and what it can yield for me, right? So that is one key point I want to talk about. And as I'm glad Thomas and I are reading this book, and I want to thank Christelle for suggesting this book for the group, because I really value this book as well, a lot. And as a couple, you know, Thomas and I, we are going to do our weekly meeting with this book and all the stuff, the file that he said to do. There are some stuff that he listed that we already doing, but man, where are the paperwork? I don't know. I don't know where the paperwork are, you know. It, so we need to kind of get organized and put stuff together and really know where we are at and what to work on. So this is really an eye-opening book for me. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Who's next?
Hi everyone.
Hey.
Thank you to that for the presentation. Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Your PowerPoint was very detailed. And few people have said I was not able to complete the book because this week my grandma will be laid at rest. So we've been planning funeral back home. So yeah, thank you. So um yeah, a lot sitting here and trying to bury back home is very hard. So it has taken away. But your presentation and Crystal talking about the book actually makes me want to make sure that I can, you know, double up with the other book and this book. Good job with this book too. So I'm very interested the way you explain it. I'm gonna go back and read it. Like everybody said, even like with anything for your explanations, whatever we do, especially I was telling my husband, I'm like, how people you go to work and we have free coffee at work, we have free milk,
Yeah.
we have free sugar.
Let me.
Um, all of this is free, but yet you see people go and spend $7 for coffee every day. And that's
Yeah.
$7. That's 5 times 7. That's not including lunch. And some of them get paid like $16, $17 an hour. So if you're using maybe 2 hours of your paycheck, of your payday for that day, and you're talking about gas that you burn to come to work that day, also you thinking about the mileage you're putting on the car will need servicing just for that day. Those are like things that you have put on your car. But they will not want it. Even there's free food, they will not want that food. They will still go out and buy something for like sandwich for like $10. Okay, $7
Yeah.
coffee. That's $17. And that's not including dinner that you're gonna eat at home. So I was telling him, I said, people are so wasteful in this country. Our wastefulness as African, it's like we help our family back home. I think this is our more weakness, um, our most way that we have spent and not see our finances. But it's not like just wasting it because we have it. But when we know the situation where in which we come from back home, people are there, they're not working, so we extend that hand to them. But if we turn off that light, or if we turn that page and close it up, I guarantee every African going to have access to resources, access to money, access to richness. and and with the education we can be able to invest those money. So I'm definitely interested in reading this book to add to my knowledge, but I have always just try to see how people can actually, like when I ask people, are you part of any saving investment? No, I don't do those things. I like to see my money. um Everybody that asks, no, I don't do that. I like to invest my money. And some people have the theory, but they're not practicing. So it is good for us to read and be ahead, and also be the doer that Jesus said, and not just the hearer. Like again, I said, thank you everyone for the contribution, and I'm looking forward to reading this book this week.
Thank you, Bach.
Thanks for your contribution. Who's next?
You're welcome.
Okay. Hello? Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. First, I just stopped sharing this because that was taking up a bit of bandwidth. So you should be able to hear us clearly now. If there was any issues before, I want to thank my mom for the presentation. It was a great presentation, and really, for me, this book was more just like a general financial advice because I feel like a lot of the things that they were talking about in this book I've been like talked about before in financial advice books that we've read before, right? But a really important detail was just like this reframing or like the different viewpoint that like you're not going at this alone, right? So you need to coordinate your goals and your values with someone else, right? Because we all know like the stereotype of like the super wealthy husband who's off working and then the wife who just like blindly spends the money. And then as soon as like the money stops flowing in constantly, all of a sudden there's like this slew of issues in their marriage because the wife wasn't keeping track of the finances, right? But honestly, you could flip the genders so often and you hear like the problems coming from both sides. So I think it is really important just to like step back, look at all this could also be viewed in like the family lens, right? Just look at all of your expenses and remember that like life is a team activity. You're not going through this alone. So you should work as a team because you get so much more done as a team, right? All the biggest businesses in the world, team efforts, right? So again, I want to thank my mom for the presentation, and I hope everyone has a good night.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So the,
You're talking, sorry. I thought beyond.
go ahead, Beyond.
I was just gonna thank Sherelle. Oh, thank you, Sherelle. All right, who's next?
Okay.
It's okay. I can go in a few minutes. Okay. So can you guys see me? First, I would like to thank both Chriselle and Steve and Colomb, right? They proposed that book for the club, and Colomb took the time to, give a detailed presentation. So thank you very much for that, and also for Chriselle and Steve sharing. Now, this book is not like any other book, even though it looked like a rehearsal, right? But what he's telling us is it's not late to have a wealthy life, right? And it might be difficult for the people who are kind of like 40, 50, 60 already. But if I take the example of like Beyond and Sherelle in this club, this is opportunity that by age 40, you'll be a millionaire for sure. If you follow the thing that he's saying in the book, like putting maybe you just do the math and you find, okay, every month if I put this in, not do anything in the good index, and you'll be wealthy, and then you might choose to retire early or whatever. So, and he gave some number that you can craft and pick the one you want. So that's a good news for you guys. We like me, I'm already 50, so my number are kind of different. Other thing also in the book he talk about, and that one I didn't know, to check on your mortgage statement. So now I'm gonna check the mortgage and I'll check also the credit card, right? To go through the statement. They might be billing you wrong, or maybe your payment are not being posted. And he said he tried, and that's what he because he heard in the news that some mortgage company don't report correctly, and it happened to him. And now the main one that looked like a rehearsal is setting goals. For more than a year in this club, we say we are setting goals, and at some point we say to set like 350 goals. So do we have our goals in writing? I asked that question many times to everyone and to myself, and I don't know. On many occasions, also the book that we read to not be the reader because you become a kind of philosophy type of person. But do we have our like I don't know, life insurance, trust, whatever we decide to do, because not everyone decide everything,
The
right?
will.
Will, power of attorney. When are we going to do them? After reading the next book? Because if we are not doing them, they're gonna come up in many books, because that's sometimes the way of life of God to talk to us. Hey, have this taken care of. Because you don't do it, life will come another way, right? So the guy is asking us to set goal, plan for retirement. We won't be young forever. That's why he's talking about life insurance, 401k, 403b or whatever, and stuff like that. So I took a lot from it. Some of them I'm doing already, but some other stuff I have to improve on. And I would like to finish with a kind of a meditation question. So, guess like someone in this club with us is named Peter, and he's virtual here with us today. And Peter been told that he's gonna die in 6 months. After reading this book, what will Peter do this week, next week, a month from now, 3 months from now, or 6 months from now? So that's the meditation question I would like to just put there for everyone. So what are we postponing? And the guy talked about 48 hours, right? When you have the goal, after 48 hours, you have to start doing something about it. But let's say Peter, for Peter, what will Peter do this month? So when we come to the club next week or 2 weeks from now, Peter can say, hey, from this book, I keep postponing for 5 years, but I did it. And I'm stopping there. Thank you, Vian, and thank you everyone.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas. Does anyone
Thanks.
else want to say something?
Let me add a quick information. The first information that I want to share with you guys, because there's a rule as well for time management, which say that if something that you can do within 2 to 5 minutes, just do it. Don't put it on your to-do list. So I was reading, is it this book or something else that I heard about? I know that, but I never had a chance to open that account. It's called Health Saving Account. Health Saving Account.
HSA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the company, my company, I tried to open it 2 or 3 years ago, and I couldn't because they don't have it in my company. But what I realized after I asked ChatGPT and all this one, you can open it with your credit union. You can open it with your credit union. So you just go online with your credit union and you open that account. That account is very, very, very good. Why? Because it's an investment, but at the same time, you don't pay tax on it. And any health issue or any health expenses, you can pass through that. So it's like a 3-in-1 that you are saving with that account. So it's very, very important that we do that. And Fatu was saying, oh, there are certain people, they have everything free, but they are still getting Starbucks coffee. No, it's not, they are not logical doing that. They are emotionally doing it. Why? Because they want to belong to a certain category, a certain club, certain snobism. Oh, you see me, I'm having, and most of the time, they will never hide the name of that cup. It's the same thing for iPhone. If you see someone having a cover, a total cover of their phone, know that it's not iPhone. Otherwise, iPhone, they want to show up. They want you to read to know that they belong to that club, even though that is almost 2,000 or 1,000 phone. So that's the emotion part of for spending. That's why I was referencing to the psychology of money. We do certain things without putting the logic. We don't say, oh, 1 + 1 = 2, but the emotion dominate that decision. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I do have a quick question for Frere Arun about the HSA, the health savings account that you could open. How do you reconcile it with your payroll? because I've been having a challenge with that HSA for my mom and sister. Whatever they save in it, they have to finish it by the end of the year or they lose it. And it's been a I had
No,
HSA in the
no,
past. I never
No,
had that issue.
no.
it's not HSA. It's a FSA, which is a
Okay,
flexible.
and then
It's different. There's a difference between both.
okay, now when it is flexible, is it just pre-tax money, or if it is not a pre-tax money and you have your money first after tax
Mm.
before you put it in it,
Mm.
how do you get it pre-tax later?
When you are doing your
You
tax,
get what?
when you are
It's when
doing
you
your,
are doing your
doing
taxes.
your tax, because let's say that you put 100 in and it's after tax, they will send you a,
Mm-hmm.
like the way we do it for mortgage or 1098 or a school fee. They will send you that 1098 at the end of the year, and you take it into your
Mm-hmm.
accountant. So
You put it into
yeah, they
your
will deduct,
tax
yeah, they
in
will
your
deduct that.
filing.
Yes, yes.
Oh, then I will stop. I will even see if I can break that contribution that they are doing this year and see if we can, because it's been a challenge.
Eh,
Mom has almost 17. You remember last year we had to buy a certain things like a treadmill, like certain things at the Costco to be able to spend some of
no,
the money.
no,
Hey, guys,
you
please
can,
hold on one second.
oh,
I'm with you. Yeah, go ahead.
okay, okay. You can try to change it to HSA, Health Savings Account. That one doesn't have the requirement that you have to finish using it per year. No requirement. The only requirement is that you have to spend it on health, and any disbursement that you have it before 59 and a half, it will cost you 10% extra fee, and also you have to pay if it is not health issue or health expenses. That's the difference.
So, if you allow me, I know Nasir gonna help a little bit on
Mhm.
the HSA. What I learned is, like you say, it has no time limit. Even if you're working for a company and you have HSA and the money is contributed to a bank, right? It's not linked to the company where you work. So if you quit the job, you go with your HSA. You have that account with you. Now, like you say, also you spend on medical, but also you can take the money from your HSA and invest in stock in anything, but you don't take distribution from it. You don't take the like interest from it, and that money stay within the HSA, right? And then it's like a kind of retirement saving account for medical issue. I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah, you everything that you said
Yes, you are.
is totally right. So is like as I was saying, is three in one. You are having pre-tax money you can spend on your health issue, and also it's kind of an investment for you. If you feel like, oh, I want to invest in the SP 500, you just take the money inside and invest. And if there's any
Yeah.
distribution, you don't get that distribution. That distribution has to come back to HSA
Account.
account, and that's it. And when you are already retired, if you want to use the money not for health, then you pay for the tax. Otherwise, it's free. And who doesn't spend on health?
Hey,
Everyone. And also, though, it's not no, prevention as well. Health prevention as well is good, like a treadmill, like vitamins,
Nutrition,
nutrition,
supplements. Yeah.
yeah.
supplement, all this one.
Toothpaste.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you just have, and they will send you a card as well to spend with that card if you are at Sam's Club or Costco.
You have the card, right? With
What
you.
is it?
HSA card.
Yeah, I don't contribute anymore.
No, the one I gave you last time.
Oh, yours, yeah.
You gotta remember it.
No,
Okay, sorry.
it's almost like a 401k. It's almost like a 401k. And the fact that you can spend before 59 and a half is a good one.
I used to have it, but I stopped contributing. But Thomas has one now, so we are using that one.
Yeah, but for one person already, you can contribute up to 8,000
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
a year. So if he's contributing 8,000 and you two you are contributing 8,000, is 60,000 that you are not paying tax on it.
Yeah.
That's the
And you can use
because
it for your
yeah,
MRI and all
yeah,
that.
because when you go to the hospital or doctor's appointment, you have to pay copay. And to pay
Yes,
copay, you just use that card.
that is true. We are going to increase their contribution.
There you go. So we will do that before next week. So we got one thing done.
Yeah, so that is a great information as we this book is our guide now for everything.
Definitely.
So Beyond, you want to close?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me say something quickly, Bia, if you don't mind.